Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be breaking down what happened last night, UFC Fight Night recap. I was live last night for almost 4 hours and had technical difficulties right when the Karl Roberson Khalil Roundtree fight started to happen. I still was able to watch them, but live was a little wonky, so I wasn't able to stream it live. So we're going to break down this whole card, and then we'll talk for a little bit. So, let's jump right into it. First, we had Azamat, whatever the last name is, Mirzekhanov versus Tafon Nchukwi, whatever it was. The professional, like I said when I broke this fight down when I predicted it and all that stuff, is I said the speed and power for Azamat was going to be something that Tafon would have to deal with. And the first minute and 30 seconds, somewhere around there, right in the opening first round, Azamat was having a lot of success with that speed, the power, all that stuff. But he started to gas out, I think, from the body kicks that Tafon was landing. It was really, really nice body kicks that he was throwing and landing. So great job on him for seeing that. But it took almost everything out of Azamat. He even got hurt. It looked like he stumbled a couple times in the second round. Then the third round comes, and I'm saying live, man, let's see what adjustments he makes, see what he's going to do, because he's going to have to come out with something big. Well, he's seen something that we didn't, and very, very quickly in that third round, 44 seconds into it, Azamat throws a combination, catches Tafon with a left hook. It was beautiful on the top of the head. Tafon goes back, dips down, and Azamat times a perfectly flying knee and just flatlines Tafon Nchukwi. And holy crap. I didn't realize when I was predicting and talking about this fight that Tafon had, that was his fifth fight last night in the UFC. I didn't realize that. That's my fault. I had forgotten somehow about that. But if Azamat really wants to make something in this, especially in this light heavyweight division, he has got to fix that pacing and the cardio and all that stuff. The power, the speed, everything is there. But going into the third round, I think, is going to help him. But Tafon definitely looked like the better fighter. But nevertheless, great job for Azamat. I think this helps both guys, honestly. It does kind of suck to see Tafon get laid out like that, just because it was probably his best performance, and it's kind of ruined a little bit by Azamat Mirzekhanov, whatever that freaking name is. Then we move on to Guido Canadi versus Chris Montinho. I thought Chris Montinho was going to get out of that first round. That first round's always tough with Canadi. And it looked like his main focus, Chris Montinho's main focus, was to stand there and box with him, which I do not like that. I didn't expect that to happen. I thought that Chris Montinho really wasn't going to strike too much with him because he understands the power and all that stuff. And as you've seen in that first round, that Canadi was winging shots, really throwing for the bleachers. And he ended up landing on Chris Montinho. And as we've seen with the Sean O'Malley fight, Chris Montinho, he gets hit. He gets hit a lot. He should have mixed it up a whole lot better. He stood there, stayed upright, tried to block everything, and it doesn't work like that. He didn't KO him, but he definitely got a standing TKO, which was very, very nasty. He started to crumble a little bit next to the cage, and the referee comes in and stops it. It's a big, big victory for Canadi, especially coming off of, I think, 2 losses, something like that. I know 2 for sure. Not Martinez, but I think Martinez and Dana, whatever that name is, but getting KO'd himself. It might be 2 or 3. Nevertheless, big, big victory for Canadi, and he has mad power in that first round. I just thought Chris Montinho's wrestling and jiu-jitsu was going to help him a whole lot more. He didn't even really try for it, so it is what it is, I guess, but wow. Missed the boat on that one for sure. But yeah, interesting. I think Canadi called out somebody, but I can't remember. Somebody called out Canadi. I think it was Matthew Salisbury. I don't remember, though. And then next fight, you have Cody Brundage versus Dolce Bola. Dolce. Okay. Yeah, this fight basically went the way I thought it was going to, except for the fact that Cody Brundage was able to withstand the power and the speed of Dolce. I didn't think he was going to, because he does stand upright. He does kind of let people tee off on him. If you watch his fights, he gets stuck by the cage a lot. And you see him get hurt a couple times. You see him wobble a couple times. But he also knew that if he could withstand it, if he could, Dolce gets tired. And he exerted a lot of energy trying to finish him. No fault on himself. No fault there. He thought he had the guy hurt. He went for it, and he gets caught in the guillotine while shooting the takedown that he should not have shot. He shot the takedown so he can get a little bit of rest. So, unfortunate, but great comeback win for Cody Brundage. Wow. These prelims were awesome. Seriously. I think there was like 3 or 4 in a row that were finishes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fights that were finishes to start the card off. It was unbelievable. And then you go to Miranda Maverick versus Sabina Mazzo, and Sabina Mazzo was completely destroyed in this fight. This is why there was so much hype, and the odds makers were all over Miranda Maverick. Seriously. She's now 10-4, and she's only 24 years old. In her last fight, she was completely dominated in the wrestling. She didn't strike as much as she should have. I think she took that fight on short notice, but I don't remember. I believe she did. She was not scheduled to fight her. She was coming off the Macy Barber fight that she definitely won. Like, there's no question she won that fight. She was robbed a decision. Yeah. But I wasn't for sure on how Miranda Maverick was going to handle the height, the reach, all that stuff. You know how she handled it? Every time she threw a combination, it was more than one punch. It was 2, 3, 4. And then she got every time she shot in really and committed to a takedown, she got the takedown, and she really just dominated her. The transition, she went from going for a takedown, Mazzo trying to get up, and Maverick spinning around to her back and getting that rear naked choke. It was nasty. It was beautiful. Great win for Miranda Maverick. Excited to see what is next for her. And then you move on to Damon Jackson versus Kamalia Kirk. This is exactly what I said. Damon Jackson was going to have way too many weapons to win this fight. And yeah, the striking when Damon Jackson stood in front of Kamalia Kirk looked good. Damon Jackson needed to stop standing in front of him. And as soon as he got that takedown in the first round, at the end of the first round, he knew he had the advantage right there. I don't think this takes a whole lot of Kamalia Kirk. This was a huge jump up in competition. Damon Jackson, very underrated, 20-4. He's unbelievable. I think they said he's 4-1 now being back in the UFC. And his one loss is a KO loss to Elora Tapora. No fault there, buddy. Undefeated monster of a prospect. Unbelievable. Again, great win for Damon Jackson, but he did exactly what he should have. I thought he started off the fight very, very well, and then he kind of got off the gas pedal a little bit and kind of was taking pictures of Kamalia Kirk, it looked like, and Kamalia Kirk started finding his rhythm. The best thing Damon Jackson could have done was put that forward pressure. I just don't know if he could have kept it all 3 rounds. So I was happy to see him find that success and find out that he was better on the ground, because he didn't need to take those chances on the feet because he's so damn good on the ground. So great win for Damon Jackson. And I'm telling you guys, he needs to be fighting top 15. He's unbelievable. And his style is awesome to watch because he goes for it. Then we go to the next prelim, Javid Basharat versus Trevin 5-star Jones. Trevin Jones, I thought he looked very, very explosive and very good when he let his hands go. The problem was the forward pressure and the output in the kicks, the teep kicks, the body kicks, all those things were so nasty for Basharat. Basharat is now 12-0, 26 years old. His brother fought the same night. So, yeah, unbelievable fight. Jesus, I got something in my eyeball. Unbelievable fight for Javid Basharat. I thought he was going to get the finish a couple times there, and that's something Trevin Jones really showed to people, that he's hard to get out of there. You know, he was walking he was making the entrance with his black belt, which I don't really understand, because seeing as how he was submitted in his last fight, put to sleep. But nevertheless, he did show us how tough he was in that fight, but he lost that fight fair and square. Basharat is going to be a real problem in this division. I don't know why my computer just did that. Next, we go on to J.J. Aldridge versus Jillian Roberson. Roberson? I think it's Roberson. Yeah. I thought Jillian Roberson was going to be able to get the fight to the ground eventually. There was a couple instances where they were on the ground, and J.J. Aldridge just dominated every single position. Yeah, Jillian Roberson really needs to fix that striking, just to mix the striking better with the ground game to get the fight to the ground. You can't just expect, at some point in this fight I'm going to get it to the ground. But great win for J.J. Aldridge. That jab was nasty. Her combinations were really, really nice. Her patience is unbelievable. It's almost a boring patience. But yeah, she did really, really well, and she's now 11-4, and I believe she's 3-0. So a great win for her. And then we move on to an unbelievable fight. I didn't expect the fight to be as good as it was. Matthew Semelsberger versus AJ Fletcher. AJ Fletcher took a lot of the steam out of Matthew Semelsberger in that first round with that takedown, just kind of laying on him, beating him up, all those things. And then Matthew Semelsberger was like, okay, fine. I'm going to test myself, and we're going to get into it. And started taking him down, started beating him up, mixing in the ground game. It was crazy to see the difference, because AJ Fletcher, when he got him down, he was more of like ground and pound, that stuff. Matthew Semelsberger was able to control a lot of AJ Fletcher, get a lot of different positions in there, beat him up when he needed to. All those things. That third round was wild. So great win for Matthew Semelsberger, but AJ Fletcher, expect a whole lot from the 25-year-old. He just turned 25 too. But so I think honestly he should move down a weight class. He's 170. I think he should be a 55, but I don't know how that weight cut is for him. And if he fights like that every single time, he is going to have success. Even if he runs through a couple tough ones just to learn his style in the UFC a little bit. Then we move on to the main card, Alex Pereira versus Bruno Silva. They said this fight was a 30-27 for Alex Pereira, and I don't believe that in the slightest. I had 2-1 for Bruno Silva. I thought Bruno Silva was excellent in the first and the second round. Even though he did get caught in that at the end of the first round, his forward pressure and his combinations, all those things were really, really nice. And my God, how tough is Bruno Silva? He took shots from Alex Pereira that I don't think anyone has before. I definitely see Alex Pereira winning that third round, but I don't see a 30-27 for Alex Pereira. That just doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But again, I had Bruno Silva, but nevertheless, Alex Pereira showed that he can, if he gets taken down, he can get his ass right back up. So both fighters, unbelievable fight, showed a whole lot in this fight. So great win for Alex Pereira, but I did not think he won that fight. Is what it is. Their stocks both go up. So yeah. And then you have the short notice fight for Terence McKinney coming in and fighting Drew Dober. He fought like a man who took the fight on a short notice, went out there and just went for it. And to his credit, a lot of success. I mean, he hurt and dropped Drew Dober, 2-3 times. He just got a little too aggressive, a little too wild, and exerted a little bit too much energy. I think it was more that he was tired more than he was hurt. I expect him to fix that a little bit, just be a little bit more calculated. I really think he could have beat up Drew Dober if He would have taken a little bit more of a measured approach. I didn't want to see him brawling with Drew Dober, and that's what it started to turn into because he was tired. Yeah, but great comeback win for Drew Dober. I think Drew Dober called out Canadi. I think that's who he called out. Oh no, Drew Dober called out Bobby motherfucking Green. Oh my god, that fight is awesome. Please UFC make it. Unbelievable fight. Even though I think Bobby Green would pick him off on the outside. I think Bobby Green would have a lot of success. Just, pick him apart like he did with like Ali Quinto type thing. But the power of Drew Dober will make that fight incredible. Again, very excited to see what Terence McKinney does after this. And you got to think Drew Dober is ready for a big, big fight. Next, we have Khalil Roundtree fighting Karl Roberson. You got to think Karl Roberson is absolutely getting cut after this fight. He was fucking awful. He did not. I don't remember the last time he's really looked good. When he hurt Glover and then lost the fight? I'm not really even for sure. I think that's 3 losses in a row, 2 losses, something like that. But Khalil Roundtree, what did we learn? Yeah, when Khalil Rountree's on, when Khalil Roundtree lets go, he's a fucking monster. He is a monster. He is so explosive, so powerful, so fast. It's just about that mind. And apparently, Khalil Roundtree has that mind fixed. Apparently, Khalil Roundtree has that mind doing a little bit better. So, great win for Khalil Roundtree. Absolutely decimated Karl Roberson in that second round. Dude, when he hurt him, it was one of the most savage, disgusting things I've ever seen of a finish. It was brutal for Khalil Roundtree. Again, great win for Khalil Roundtree. Awesome post-fight interview also. Then we move on to the co-main event. Yadong Song, Marlon Moraes. I don't know how anybody was going to pick Marlon Moraes in this fight. Yeah, maybe he could have pulled something off, but that chin is fucking awful. I think that's 4 losses in a row in all. I think 4 losses in a row, but 4 TKO, KO losses in a row. Also, I believe that's what that is. At least 3 in a row, something like that. But Yadong Song hits way too freaking hard. And he threw a jab, uppercut, and when he hit Marlon Moraes with that uppercut, he was gone. He was gone. And Yadong Song fought like a man last night that knew if he would touch the chin of Marlon Moraes, it was over. Oh, I think I skipped one. But great win for Yadong Song. I think I missed a freaking fight. Yeah, oops. Sadiq Youssef, Alex Caceres. I thought Alex Caceres was going to be a little tricky for Sadiq Youssef. Not really how it played out. Sadiq Youssef used his wrestling, just kind of bullied Alex Caceres around. Alex Caceres really wasn't able to do too much. He was just a smaller guy in there last night. Great win for Sadiq Youssef. Curious to see where Alex Caceres goes from here, but great win for Sadiq Youssef. Now we go to the main event, and what did I tell you? Even though I thought it was going to be a finish, I thought Magomed Ankalaev was going to win. He hurt Thiago Santos numerous times. And how many times we got to continue seeing Thiago Santos in a main event, and he's fucking awful. He's explosive at times until he fights a guy he knows where it takes one shot to get KO'd, and then he's just boring. And then he just doesn't do anything. He doesn't fight. He doesn't go for it. And the thing with Ankalaev is he knows how technical and how good he is and how much power he is, so he's just asking you to come in. He's just asking you to put the pressure on him. And that was Thiago Santos' best chances, was just go for it. And he's too damn worried about getting knocked out that he doesn't do anything. Unbelievable. I had it 4-1 for Ankalaev. Just a disgusting heavyweight. It destroyed the card. It was what's that? What is it where there's a lot of hype and then it's just suddenly gone? What's that word? Damn, I can't remember what it is. Either way, let me know. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys thought of the fight night last night. And again, you guys know what it is. Just a guy loving talking about fights. Please Please hit that subscribe button down below. At least hit that thumbs up button. It helps out so much. And as always, guys, you know what it is. Peace.